Hi again, it's Jason from Fraser Valley Rose Farm, and recently I heard from an Amazon seller named Kebtek who wanted to send me one of these battery-powered pruning shears for evaluation. And just for a sneak preview, this is kind of how it's supposed to work. Which I found interesting. I mean, I jumped at the chance. I've seen these online and I wondered, could it make my job easier? There's a point in the year when I get heavy into pruning season where I might be pruning hundreds or even thousands of stems a day, cleaning up all the shrubs around the yard. And I wondered if this could make the job less straining on the hand or faster or have some other advantage to help me out with that job. So let's go see how it does. In part, this video has to be a comparison between my traditional way of doing it, my hand pruners, these ones are Felcos, and the Kebtek, the new electric pruners. And a couple things just as an immediate comparison is that this is obviously a lot larger and a bit bulkier, heavier to carry around. This one here, I like the ability to just slip it into my pocket and carry it with me wherever I go. This is probably going to have to go out when I have a pruning job in mind. The other thing to say about them, and I'll give you a direct comparison here if I can, is that size there of the space between the blade and the anvil here is larger on the Felco pruners. I can tackle larger jobs with that. I can't say that it's easy to get through by hand when you go with a really large branch, but usually with a little rocking back and forth, I can take a large branch with this. This one here is limited. It has a small space there. I won't put my finger in the way of it, but it has a small space there, so it's obviously going to limit the kinds of jobs you're going to tackle with it. Let's go out into the garden and see how it works. Let's start with this rather horizontal branch on the paperbark maple. This is the Acer griseum, and I'm just going to fit this around here, and you can see that's kind of at its maximum width that will fit on its blade. Let's see how it tackles something that wide. Actually pretty slick. I'm going to, just for comparison here, I'm going to see how it goes with my hand pruners. And I've got a pretty good grip, but that actually took some effort to get through that. But here, it really does it with no problem. I'm going to go right to the collar here and see if I can get that around. And even at the collar there, and that was probably a little wider than its maximum, it took it through nice and clean. I should mention here that for the same reasons you'd want to keep a blade like this clean and sharp, you'd also want to do the same maintenance on a tool like this. It's really for the benefit of your plants that they're clean and sharp, not for the benefit of the person doing the pruning. A couple more quick things I wanted to say about this. One is that it comes with 2 battery packs. Each one of them is good for in the range of 3 hours, so I guess it's fair to say that this is aimed at the professional end of things, somebody who's like a professional landscaper or does a lot of pruning over a length of time. In any case, you're good for up to 6 hours with the 2 battery packs without even having to recharge. I'm sure you could throw the first one on the charger as you're using the second one if that's something you chose to do. Second thing I wanted to say about it is just about safety. And you know, you have something like this here, my pruners, and yeah, that can be dangerous enough. You can give yourself a pretty serious cut with it, but at least it's only human hands wielding it, which means that there's a limited amount of force. As I've seen in my testing, this goes through a much thicker piece of wood and much faster than this would. So in that case, I'm just going to give you the caution, keep it out of the hands of children and organized criminals who may get up to mischief with it. Well, I hope you can see here that this pathway in my garden has become a little bit overgrown. In the past, I found that handling it with my hand pruners has been a little bit of a strain on the wrist. I've switched over to generally using the loppers because it's a little bit less strain on the wrist. But this time, let's try it with the electric pruner and see what kind of a job it does and if it saves me a little bit of work. Okay, well that made genuinely easy work of it. It was about 10 minutes of time, and you can see actually, I'll hope to zoom in here, that it went through some pretty reasonably thick stems of wood and didn't have to pull out any extension cords, any gas-powered tools. It just cleaned it up nice and easy within about 10 minutes. So, and my wrist isn't feeling it. So overall, I'd say this is the right kind of job for it. Lots of stems to cut, some of them big and woody. Wouldn't be easy to do with a hedge trimmer, but this kind of job or this kind of tool does a great job on it. Okay, thanks so much for watching as I put this battery operated pruner through its paces in my landscape. I hope you found it useful. And if you have any questions, please drop those down below in the comments of the video. Thanks so much.